I'm in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and I'm going to show you how to protect Microsoft Office documents on an Android or an Apple phone or tablet. On the left-hand side, I'm going to expand Devices, and then I'm going to click on Policies. And I'm going to add a new policy. Click on Add, and I'm just going to call this one Protect Files. Now I have the option for which policy type. So I can choose Android, I can choose Apple iOS, I can also choose Windows 10, which just manages applications for Windows 10 or Windows 10 device configuration. And the difference is application management for Windows 10 would be if you're installing Microsoft Office on a personal computer for a user or an employee, then you would want to choose this. If it's a device that's owned by the company, then go ahead and choose this bottom one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose the Android one to start with, and then I have the option for protecting these work files when the devices are lost or stolen. So we want to make sure that it's turned on first off. Then we have the option to delete the work files from an inactive device after a certain amount of days. 90 days is a long time. I would say probably want to go with something like 14 days. Force users to save all work files to OneDrive for Business. You can turn that on or off. That's probably a good idea. And of course, you definitely want to encrypt these work files. Now I'm going to go to where it says Manage how users access Office files on mobile devices. Now by default, this is turned off. So I'm going to turn that on. So what this is assuming is that all files of the types that you see here are going to be business files, even though it may be on a personal device. Or it could be a work device as well. But it makes more sense to turn it on with a personal device because that personal device doesn't have all these protections already built in. Whereas if you're using Endpoint Manager for a device owned by the corporation, then they already have those. So let's just assume that you've got a device that's owned by the user or employee themselves. So you want these files in these apps to be protected. So when I say protected, it goes to what you see right here. Its files are encrypted, you're forcing users to save to OneDrive, and you've got the delete the work files from an inactive device after a certain amount of time. The next thing is you can select specific users. So you can click on change and you can put in specific groups or you could choose users. I like to just go ahead and leave this for all users, but you may decide you want to specify which ones you'd like. And then I'll just go ahead and click add. And now we see those files are going to be protected. In order for this to work, you have to have users that already have a licensed Microsoft 365 email that's in the corporate environment. So you go to users, you go to create new users, things like that, and then you license that user with whatever type of license that you need for your organization. So that is how you protect files on Android, Apple iOS, and Windows 10 from any type of interference from being lost or stolen or have an employee maybe that is separated from the organization.